What's up everyone? Today we're going to be talking about the arc cannon, how best to use it, and how best to get Titan vs Titan kills to complete all your generation challenges. Many people write off the arc cannon as just an infantry fodder weapon, something that's not really viable in a last Titan standing situation. A weapon that is okay, I mean it's kind of interesting, but just something that doesn't pack the raw oomph to really make a difference in Titan vs Titan fights or to get those dooms that you really need. Today, we're going to prove those people wrong. Without much further ado, let's get started. The gameplay you're going to be seeing is a mix of clips from multiple Last Titan Standing games on a variety of maps. It's just a cherry-picked selection of videos that I've collected over the past few days to really show off how strong the arc cannon actually can be. So what you've seen me accomplish so far in this clip is simply poking at the enemy team, just taking some pot shots, getting some damage when I can, trying to harass them, not really doing a whole lot of damage, not having a great effect on their team, but just harassing them and forcing them to keep moving and not poke out for too long. So here you see me deciding that, okay, their whole team is sitting back in their spawn, I can easily get around behind them and really force them to break ranks and move around in order to deal with me. Time for the magic to start. Now I'm behind the whole enemy team. I can start pounding away at this sniper with missiles. I happen to miss an arc cannon shot, but not a big deal. What I'm really doing is I'm forcing their ogre to break ranks. So now their entire front in front of that bridge is broken. My team can freely move across the bridge and come across. So I'm suiciding here, but I'm able to get the bounce off that ogre to kill the sniper. And luckily the ogre misses me enough times that I'm able to survive long enough into my doom to doom the ogre as well. So that's 2 for 1, plus a pilot kill. So not bad. So let's get into the actual loadout. For the arc cannon, I choose to use an Atlas with the arc cannon and capacitor. Now the capacitor is really important because we want to be able to start charging a shot and then hold it for as long as we need it. You know, we don't want to really be having to charge it up and then try and time our poke outs just right so we get a full charge shot, or, you know, we're not trying to deal with any of that kind of stuff. The capacitor lets us use the arc cannon just like you would use a charge rifle. So you can start to charge it up and then, you know, let go a left click. You won't shoot it, you'll just lose some charge. And you can see right here, watch my reticule. You see me start to charge up and then kind of come back and drop it off and just keep holding it near the point of no return where the arc cannon is forced to shoot. So I actually have kind of a more responsive trigger that way. You know, I can shoot when I really want to shoot, and otherwise I'm just preparing and, you know, keeping the cannon. I suppose you could say spun up. It's not really spun up like a minigun would be, but it's the same kind of concept. It's just ready to fire when I'm ready to fire. And we're going to be going with Atlas for this build, just because 2 dashes is enough mobility for this weapon. You don't need to constantly be moving around. You don't need the highest, you know, fastest speed in the world. But what we do want is the ability to have at least 2 dashes, as well as the damage core. The damage core is going to let the arc cannon obviously do more damage. It's not the strongest weapon, at least not in single Titan vs Titan fights. Its damage really starts to shine when you start fighting groups, so when you're doing in like a 1-on-2, 1-on-3, 1-on however many situation, because your arc cannon is going to bounce from target to target to target. It does less damage to each target with each bounce, but you're still doing damage to multiple Titans, so like I believe the maximum damage for the arc cannon at a full charge is 1,800. So, you know, you're going to be doing that times 2, times 3, times 4, minus a few hundred per Titan. That's very, very, very good damage. No other weapon in the game can reach those kind of levels, except maybe for a damage core critical hit plasma railgun maybe, but that's localized single Titan damage. You're not controlling crowds with it, you're not disrupting vision with it, so it's kind of actually an unmatched weapon that people don't give enough credit to. Anyways, on to the rest of the class. Particle Wall allows us to defend ourselves without interrupting our arc cannon charge. Multi-target missile system allows us to keep damage up and lets us do something fun while still charging our arc cannon up and waiting for it. I just find mashing my ordnance key to be hilarious sometimes. Tactical reactor allows us to keep that shield up, get it up faster, so it'll keep recharging sooner, and just generally it'll increase your durability by a lot, I have found. And finally, I choose core accelerator because, well, damage core. Who doesn't want more damage? It has the added benefit of once you activate it, it recharges your shields. So that's great for when you're ready to push into a group of enemy titans. You know, you get your damage core up, you get your shield recharged, you can get a good couple shots off, and then put a particle wall up and either just sit there or start backing up, whatever the situation calls for. One thing that I really just cannot stress enough is that this weapon needs the capacitor. You need it. You know, if you don't have it, then it's going to be a little bit of a grind trying to get some Titan Dooms. But seriously, when you have the capacitor for the arc cannon, it's the only way to go in Titan vs. Titan fights. Especially if you're trying to get those generation challenges, you know, you need the Dooms. And capacitor is the best way to do it. It's going to let you... Just like I was saying before, you can partially charge it, and then just keep you can let off your left click and then click it again, and kind of just keep tapping and tapping to hold your charge up when you're around corners. You can see me pre-charging here, and just watch the reticle. I keep the thing pre-charged and almost ready to fire. I'll pop out, shoot, and then dash right back behind cover or put up a shield. Whatever is really necessary in the moment. So with most of the fundamental information out of the way, now we're just going to be looking at a few more clips. I'm just going to be kind of commentating over it, just like I did in the previous triple threat video. Just kind of say what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, why I'm moving certain ways with the arc cannon. Just my general mindset while playing in order to be as successful as I can with it. So at this point, my team is down by 2 Titans, but we've got a lot of them damaged and hurt. Our Ogre is pushing up, so I figure, okay, I've got to push up behind him. So I was able to get the Doom off on their Ogre. Their Sniper is going to start to run away here, but I'm able to jump off and bonk off our Ogre's head. Watch that, boink, and I get their Sniper as well. So that's 2 kills. So all of a sudden now, we're even, 3-3. So Ogre and I are rushing back all the way around the long way into our spawn. We're going to try and deal with the last couple of enemy Titans that are still there. You can see here I find a Strider, and there's also a pilot on that group of boxes there. So you're going to see me get the second killing shot on the Strider, and boom, I bounce off and kill the pilot as well. That's just the power of the arc cannon. So my damage core is ready. I'm just going to slowly push up, let my shields recharge. Okay, I find the Ogre. Let's get some damage off on him. We're going to get the damage core going. And right here, I see, there's a pilot that started riding me. Ogre put his shield core up, but I just don't care about any of that. I just want the Doom on this Ogre. It's worth dying for. I get him. That was the last Titan out there. So we won that round. I got like 3 or 4 Dooms at the cost of my life. That's a very, very, very good trade in the last Titan standing situation. Any of you guys watching this should be willing to take that in a heartbeat. In this clip, I'm going to get stuck in a corner and get really salty about it. And we're going to push right back up the middle like I've been doing in all the clips on this map so far. The enemy team just likes to, all line up in a nice, neat little row right behind these buildings and try and pick us off. So since they're playing so far back, I'm able to jump off the bridge and fight along the flank into their spawn. I have 3 Titans preoccupied just with me, and they didn't do a single lick of damage to me. I got a couple ticks of damage off of them, and I was able to get their Strider to use his shield. So now they're all kind of stuck in that corner. I can swing around a second time. Notice this isn't the Strider gameplay. This is an Atlas. He's pretty mobile too when you know how to work the enemy team the right way. And this game I just happened to be on, and I was working that team. So damage core's up. We're just harassing, doing damage, arcing from Titan to Titan, keeping our CC up, clouding their vision. There's 2 Titans hit right there. Neither of them could see. And there's 1 Doom. My teammate calls out for me to look out behind me on the right side, so that's what I do. I get the Doom off and I boost my way around, find this second Titan, and boom, he's dead too. So now I'm able to put up a shield and start dealing with this last guy, and that's 3 down, and that's their whole team already finished off. Easy peasy, no problem. And finally, for those of you that choose to stick around with me for this long, I have a little bit of a treat for you. This last gameplay is a bonus. This is me trying out the arc cannon with capacitor on a Strider. So this is where I'm not really going so much for Titan Dooms as I am just to be credit to team. Just trying to to control space. I'm trying to get some crowd control on the enemy team, try and find situations where my arc cannon can bounce from target to target, disrupt the vision as much as possible, do damage when I can, and just generally just be a menace towards the enemy team. It doesn't matter if I get the doom or I get the kill or I do a whole bunch of damage, but I do want to interrupt the enemy's movement patterns. I do want them to be afraid to poke their heads out. I do want them to be afraid to try and engage me. So Dash Core is going to really help me to do that. I'm able to move around. I'm really hard to hit. I'm disrupting all their vision with all the arcs that are bouncing around from Titan to Titan. I'm actually doing decent damage too. I'm able to put cluster missiles right where they want to stand, so they can't use the cover that they want to use, and I'm generally a menace to their entire team. So this is just a bonus clip. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully from this entire video you learned something about the arc cannon, how better to use it. Please like, favorite, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. You know the drill, and thanks for watching. Hope you learned something new. And we'll see you next time.
We are mission complete. Nice work.